big is setting? I mean, it's always setting the edge for both edge positions, obviously, but particularly for the strong side guy. How big is that for your role in this defense?
It's a huge role just because with all that space that the offense has to work on with the field, I really don't want. I try to make it easier on everybody else on defense and try to set the edge so the running back or the quarterback doesn't have too much space to work with when it comes to running the ball.
You've got a few weeks now in the new defensive scheme. What are some of the things that have come from it that you've seen that are really going to let you guys be that much better on game day?
Throughout fall camp, we've just been adjusting everything off of the players that we have. We look at our front. We got a solid front. We have players. Our depth is just crazy up front. We have players that can come in with fresh legs throughout the games and give those people that were just in a break for a couple plays and come back in on the edges as well with me and KT. All those young players developing real good. Swinson, I'm sure everybody's heard about Swinson. He's made a major step throughout this fall camp. And Trevin Mai, Jake Shipley, Louis, they're throwing Louis around everywhere just because he's an all-around guy. He can play edge, play in the middle. Brandon Buckner, Terrell Tillman, all of them. And then as well as the secondaries, And then, of course, you can't leave out the middle linebackers with Noah Sewell, Justin Flo, Drew Mathis, Nate, Bukalani. Yeah, it's just right now Coach has just been throwing things around just on how we look throughout camp, and so far it's starting to come together.
As you transition from fall camp, getting ready for a game week, what's the biggest thing you try to help with that transition that you've learned from your years here?
It's just coming off of fall camp. I try to transition myself from working against our tackles and their style of play on run blocks, pass protection, to starting to lean towards Fresno State and see how their whole line plays, their schemes, their tactics, and that's just how my mentality works on coming into season.
Being on the defensive side, does anything about Justin or Noah still surprise you at all? Because those young guys right there, or what?
No, it's expected of them, they're just raw. That's just raw talent right there that you can't find anywhere else in the country. So yeah.
It seems like this defense has a chance to do something very special this year with all the talent you
Yes,
guys
sir.
have. Does it kind of feel that way throughout fall camp? Does it feel like this defense is ahead of where we're supposed to be? Like we're ready to go here? Or?
Most definitely. Our biggest thing is just picking off where we left off last season as well as from spring. From my perspective, our defense as a whole is just taking a big step from spring ball to fall camp right now. And I think that once we get everyone else to buy into the system that Coach DeRuiter has and what each of the position coaches have, you really can do something special this year.
How has it been grasping his I know some of the terminology he was saying kind of carried over for continuity purposes, but how has it been grasping, what he's trying to get you guys to do?
It's pretty similar. For me, I know that since I played that position back in high school, it falls easily, and I can say the same for the other players. KT does KT, Braden Swinson, Trevor Mai. Just overall, all our outside linebackers have just done a well job with implementing